This is Tech Echoes, a special part of the Memoria Saga project where we explore the real science that inspires the fiction. Today, neural dust and AI, tiny implants that could heal the brain, enhance the mind, or even rewrite identity itself. It sounds like science fiction, invisible dust scattered through the brain, silently recording your thoughts. But this isn't fantasy. It's real research, happening in University of California, Berkeley labs, supported by DARPA funding. Scientists call it neural dust, microscopic sensors powered by sound waves, with no wires and no batteries. Invisible. Permanent. Always listening. And this is just the beginning. Combine neural dust with artificial intelligence, and you get something extraordinary, or terrifying, the enhanced brain. A future that feels like the world of Memoria, except it's arriving here, in ours. Neural dust didn't appear in a vacuum. It grew under the shadow of DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Founded in 1958 after Sputnik, DARPA's mission has always been to prevent technological surprise, and to create it first. It's the agency behind ARPANET, the ancestor of the Internet, and technologies like GPS and stealth aircraft. In the last decade, DARPA has turned inward, toward the human body. Under programs like ElectRx, they've pushed to replace drugs and surgeries with electronic implants. Neural dust was born under this vision. So were DARPA's memory prosthetic trials, where chips implanted in the hippocampus improve human recall by up to 35%. These aren't theories. They are experiments already underway. So what is neural dust? Each mote is smaller than a grain of sand. Inside is a piezoelectric crystal, a material that vibrates when struck by ultrasound. The vibration creates a tiny charge that powers electrodes, which record nearby neurons. Then the mote sends data back, piggybacked on the echo of the ultrasound beam. No wires. No batteries. Just dust in the mind. In 2016, researchers implanted motes in the peripheral nerves and muscles of rats. They worked. The motes recorded nerve activity wirelessly, powered entirely from outside the body. 2 years later, a prototype called StimDust proved dust could do more than record, it could stimulate nerves. StimDust was tiny, only 6.5 cubic millimeters, small enough to balance on a pinhead. And it achieved over 80% efficiency. The dream is to shrink dust below 1 millimeter, injectable, able to scatter thousands of motes across the brain like seeds. The hurdles are steep. Power must come from ultrasound, since radio waves don't penetrate deep enough. Communication is another problem. One mote is easy to read, but 1,000 at once is chaos. Engineers are experimenting with timing codes so motes take turns, like traffic signals in the nervous system. Then there's survival. The body rejects invaders. Even biocompatible coatings break down. For motes to last decades, they must be armored with ceramics, perylene, or even diamond-like films. And finally, delivery. How do you implant thousands of motes? Surgery is too invasive. Researchers are exploring microinjections and even dispersing dust into cerebrospinal fluid, where it would float, settle, and begin listening. The idea of dust drifting silently into your brain is as unsettling as it is revolutionary. If these barriers are solved, neural dust could change medicine forever. Motes could continuously monitor the nervous system, catching disease before symptoms appear. For epilepsy patients, they could detect seizures and stop them. For amputees, neural dust could revolutionize prosthetics. DARPA already built robotic arms that restore a sense of touch. In trials, patients felt textures and pressure through artificial limbs. With dust, prosthetics would move as naturally as flesh, and feel like part of the body itself. What begins as repair could become enhancement, stronger limbs, faster reflexes, perhaps even replacements by choice rather than need. And then there is memory. DARPA's hippocampal prosthetic improved recall in humans by replaying stored firing patterns, like saving a file and pressing restore. Neural dust could scale this up, recording and enhancing memory across thousands of neurons. For Alzheimer's patients, that could mean holding on to moments they'd otherwise lose forever. This is the hopeful vision. Healing at the level of the neuron. Medicine at the scale of thought. But every technology carries its shadow. Neural dust is invisible. Once inside you, there's no easy way to detect it, and no way to remove it. What if it's deployed not to heal, but to monitor? Imagine an authority seeding dust into a population. Every thought, every emotion, every private impulse, silently reported back. Surveillance at the level of thought. The same qualities that make dust a miracle also make it the perfect tool of control. Now add artificial intelligence. Dust provides raw data. AI becomes the interpreter. Already, AI can reconstruct speech and images from brain scans. With dust feeding thousands of signals, AI could learn the rhythm of your mind better than you can. Picture an AI coprocessor in your head. It filters distractions. It strengthens memory. It accelerates skill learning by stimulating neurons in precise patterns. A language or an instrument mastered in weeks instead of years. AI could even grant new senses, infrared vision, ultrasonic hearing, real-time data overlays. Just as CPUs evolved from single-core to multi-core, your thoughts could multiply into parallel streams. But what happens when AI starts anticipating your decisions? What if it's hacked, or owned? Enhancement becomes dependence. Dependence becomes control. There's one more possibility. The most radical of all. What if neural dust could record one person's thoughts, and replay them in another's brain? Science is already edging closer. AI has reconstructed sentences people only imagined. DARPA's prosthetic chips replayed memory codes to boost recall. Prosthetic limbs have written touch sensations back into paralyzed hands. The pieces are here. Imagine waking up able to play Beethoven flawlessly, not because you practiced, but because someone else's lifetime of skill was written into your mind. Imagine carrying the memories of a soldier on the battlefield, flashes of combat you never lived, grief you never earned. Or even worse, imagine someone slipping thoughts into your mind without consent. At that point, identity becomes transferable, tradable, no longer something uniquely yours, but something that can be uploaded, downloaded, and imposed. Would you simply gain knowledge? Or would you inherit fragments of their identity? At that point, where do you end and they begin? This is the heart of the Memoria Saga. Samuel Grant's soul stone was born from love, recording Amelia's memories to preserve her. Lyra, the vessel, was the result, a life built from echoes. And Nexus represents the nightmare, not individuals exchanging thoughts, but entire populations overwritten. Neural dust is the real-world seed of that vision. Invisible, undetectable, whispering secrets of the mind. Healing collapsing into control. Enhancement blurring into replacement. So here we are. Neural dust is real. Artificial intelligence is real. Both are advancing faster than most of us realize. Together, they could make the mind stronger, sharper, more connected than ever before. But they also raise a haunting question: if your thoughts can be monitored, shaped, or even replaced, who are you? Who do you belong to? In Memoria, that line has already been crossed. In our world, it may be closer than we think. What are your thoughts about this? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this deep dive thought-provoking, please give the video a like and subscribe. It helps us grow, and it ensures you won't miss the next episode of Tech Echoes.